I'm getting a little hungry. Okay, planet X. Short count, small count, says it's black. 2 and 9, 2 times 9 is 18, says the angel resident. It is with X, and man is X as the angel resident of FOX, and the numbers 6, 15, and 24, which create it. Planet is a total of 68, plus the 29 gives it a total of 97. 9 and 7 is the seventh way passage. 68 plus 6 equals 74, plus the 29, and 74 is 103, and that's Mercury. Mercury is a long count of 103. Well, change the 0 for a 6, and that's 163, and those are the laws, and that's the guidelines. You got a horse, it doesn't matter which way you hook him up, right? At the end, as long as he hooked up, I don't care what you did, even if you fell on your head. 1, 6, and 3 is the football scoring. That's your Mercury. It becomes blue with the numbers. Blue is the number 40, which becomes the number 46, which creates the word one for one spirit. Why one spirit? Because it's O-N-E. O, say, can you say at the end of the word and at the beginning? All 15s say 1 and 5, and it says your jail. 15th letter, what's in between? B, C, D. So that's Mercury. Now I'm looking at this thing over here and I'm saying to myself, planet X, 29, plus the 74, 103. Is there any other add-ons? And I say yes, and here's the way it goes. This is Heinz ketchup. This is the letters H-I-N-Z. When you add them together, it's this. This also represents time, and this is the number of the year next year on both sides. If you go down to the roulette table and look at Orphelin at any one of the casinos on the electronic games right now, and most tables, you will see on one side it's 57, on the other side it's 75, and there's a marking that shows it's on the racetrack. At the same time, this marking will take up 3 numbers to make 57, and in French they show 3 numbers, 19, 19, 19, to make the 57 in 3 different areas. They mention 60, ARD-19, 60 and 19 and 19 and 19 to make this. So when you have 74 and 29 is 103, 74 plus Ison, 75, is 131. 11 times 11 times 11, 44, which is the presidency. 24 is for the planet X, 155. And now we go to the number of man. The number of man is 6. The number of man is 6. The number of God is 5. He goes into the center pin of the center arrow of the red dot around the green light. He is center to all. He is only halfway to the extremities of any direction. As long as he moves, he is 360 degrees around. He is 5. But in other worlds, while he is 5, he can go to any one of the other dice and make them look just like him. Even the 1 dice, the 2 dice, the 3 dice. He is the totality of all the dice, except for what happens when Venus comes in and expands man 4 into 6, turning on one angle, creating 2 more corners. And it is the core of 6. And it is the one ace that runs the core of 6 like the propeller of a plane. 5 and 5. Now where did I get 5 and 5? 5. 6 is 11. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 plus 6 is 11 equals 41. 41 times 625 is the Mayan number of 25,625. The count of man is 5 and 5 because he's in the center is 5 and 1 and 5 and 1. O-O. The 2 letters, the 2 zeros of the moon. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 is 26. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 10 is 35, plus 1 is 36. 3 times 5 is 15. The 8 ball, you need to get into the game. You take it away when you leave the game. You don't need the 8 ball here because you ain't here. Instead of 8, you're 4. But instead of 4, you're a 3 because it's shapes of a 3. 3 times 5 plus 5 is the 15 ball. 1 and 5 equals man 6. The 15 ball in pull. 55 is a design that I made today. It's part of a design I made today, okay, to keep the world moving. I did not finish them, I just printed them out. It's just a few designs that I made, okay, in order to connect the numbers. If you noticed on here, okay, on here, 2 is at the top, 2 is at the bottom, but everything else is 85. 8 times 5 is 40, times 8 is 320, 320 degrees. Times 5 is 1600. And then you keep going down, down, down. 8 by 5 is 40. By 8 is 320. 8 by 5, and all the way down to the bottom. Here's another scale, tells you all about 42. 42 represents 5 and 9. Why 5 and 9? Because his God is standing over here in the center of the horseway. Okay? And he's pictured all the way up to maybe number 1. The 9 is at the other end. He's got the spirit on one side, and on the other side he's got the birth. He's holding on to the 2. And at the same time, on the Aleph letter, there's 2 numbers that come down like this, that are on the lines of Rubik's Cube and on the lines of tic-tac-toe. So what I'm going to show you where they are is on the line is right here. What would be on this side would be, let me see the angle. Let me see which one I want to use. Here. This one goes all the way through A, E, and I and all the vowels. A, E, and I equals 15, the 10 commandments, 1.5 times, because you have to add on for man of who he's not. You don't lose the spirit never loses, and the spirit never gets mean. You're mean-spirited, but the spirit never gets mean. It's not on the other side, it's on one side. The only thing against you is time and your decision. So when you take this and draw it down, on this side is 3, on this side is 2, is 2.5, but you draw it down in between where the 5 and the 6 goes. That makes it 5.5. 5 is in the center, 6 is to the right, 5.5 between them. There's your 5.5 with the one spirit, and this is how we get this projection. Number 35, 3 and 7 is 10, 5 and 5 is 10. That's next year, 57, 75. Venus, is this 81 or 1875? Because that's what this says upside down. Where do we get it? I have a little trouble finding it myself. Anyways, we'll work it up this way. It's a lot easier. Okay? So this is 3 by 19. This is 40 plus 17. G and A, 17. 19, to get this, you need 19, 19, 19 average, but the average has to come with 18, 19, and 20, which is the letter R, which brings in the letter A, which already creates number 19. Because you need that average of 3. Although the 18 is in the other world, and it's 1 below. 18 is 1 below 19, and it's in the last part of the gematria tree, between 1 and 18. When you get to the queen letter, I think it totals 153. A-C-E, ace. It seems like this queen is running part of the ace. Because don't forget, ace 1, ace 11. 11 is K. 11K. You understand what I'm saying? You're playing blackjack, you got a BJ, and you got 11K. Because the ace is 11. Is that okay? It can also be 1. The total is 12. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, but it doesn't matter. It's a wing, because the 12th letter is a wing. And also on the geometrical board of the calculator, write down 1, 4, and 7. Put 1 over 7, you got a 4 and a jack. 155, planet X. Number 74, the middle of the gematria tree. 6.6 billion people on the planet divided by 9 lives of the cat equals to 7.4. The cat has to really take away her own life, so you'll have to add up a little bit more. There's 1 more than 9 because she has her own life. The diamond, size 7.4. 74, take away 24 because planet X is now a minus. I saw a place where they had a minus on it. It says dash. Dash is a minus, it's 50. Now it's in the 50 passages of the 50 stars. Becomes 56 and it becomes Comet again. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 plus 6 is 11 again. We got 41. 41 times all the 5s. Why? Because on these dice, there's 4 sides with 5 and 2 sides with 7. 7 times 7 gets you 49. 5 by 5 by 5 by 5 gets you to 625. And starting on going Monopoly and going all the way around for one of the 40s of 8 by 5 is 40, 8 plus 5 is 13, just like we spoke before on number 35, which created 8, and number 15 in pool, in which 8 and 15 in pool is actually 8 and 6. 8 and 6 into the 10-10 world is 2442, which is 5 and 9, the percentage of life in E-I-E-I-O. Einstein, 1776, 28, 39, 28, coming into the 30 in the 7th inning stretch, and you got R and U for Nibiru. Nibiru's already in a word. I got 4 numbers, 4 letters in a word that spells Nibiru. 1 is the R, 1 is the U, 1 is the N. 1 is the B. I don't have it here. It's too bad. It means nothing. It's just my voice. So now we have the passage at 50, and everybody knows when you get 5 times 9 is 45. That's Fox. You've made all the numbers for life. You go all the way around, 5 more, you're dead center in the 50. So we start at 56, which makes it 11. 56, 5 and 6 is 2. So we have 2, then we have 8, and then we have 11. 11 and 8 is 19, then we're back at the 19. Now the question is, why do we have all these? Because 2 is on one side and 35 is all the way at the other side in the geometrical tree when you play roulette. So again, you have your 37, 2 and 35. You can have 5 and 20, and 20, what is it called? Hold on a second. They're all 37, so 5 and 32, which is P and P. Then you can have 8 and 29, both black. And it creates a tree in that area. The tree it creates by 8 and 29 is that 26 center, 2 and 26, 2 and 6 is 8, and 29 is just after, which is black, and it counts for the short count of planet. We have a total of 26, and 29 is 55, and connected to this diamond on the left side is 28 and 31, which is 59. Again, back to EIEO Einstein. Between E and I is 5 and 9 is the same thing between A and E. B, C, D, 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8 is your 21 of your dice cube. 2, 3, and 5 is your 9 birth. 21 and 9 is 30 of your creation, makes 36, makes you the archangel with wings, because 1, 4, and 7 grows wings. One wing has been cut. So we have the diamond, we have the year, we have the egg. Split the eggs into 2 worlds, make a division, the egg is 15, cut it in half, and it's 7 and 5, 57, 75. October 4th, running on the cycle now that I spoke about, since 5 by 6 was 30, since we're in the 50 passages, since the number of time is 47, we're going to go 50 times 47, and we're going to come up to 2350, but 2350 is 2356, and that's Moses' time. Then we use the 30, which is 36 if I really want, and 6 times 47 is time is 282. 282 is 141, 141. 141 is 3 by 47 creation, 2 times 141, 141, 282. So you have creation 30 times 47 equals 1410, which comes out to October 4th next year when they blow the horn. That's what it is. Now you want to calculate the last part. You calculate ABC 1, 2, 3, 123, or 43, which is the presidency that we're in right now, 4334, which is Earth and Mars. They have no U on it, and they have no U because time has no U, and time has no time for you. So that's why there's no U on Mars and Earth, because time has no time for you. It's all about it. Me, it, up and down, I am it. So 43 times 47 is 2021, and for the reason of that is a piano piece. Oh, we're only at 13 minutes. I'm so happy. How it works in the piano piece, okay, first of all, is we come to the time 5781. We come to the time 2021. 20 plus 21 is the 41. It's the total. We're coming up to the total, but it's in 6 years from now. But wait a second. Let's go. It's Sunday night. What are you doing this week? We'll get together? Yeah, we'll get together this week. So Friday comes, we got together. It's this week, it's 6 days. If I say, yeah, we'll do it today, and we do it in 5 hours, it's just like saying, I'll do it this week, or we'll do it this year, and it's 6 years. It's a cycle. 4 sides of this is 14. 1 side is 7. 1 side is up and down. It can't be used. 1 is minus from the other. What is minus from 1 upside down from 6 is the 5. It's the rotation of the 14, which creates 70, which is 76. When 70, if you draw it on square paper, it becomes the letter R. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 plus 6 is 13, equals to the 55 again of the addition of planet, the number of man 6, playing from in between the aleph letter, yod yod. You got to use different languages, German, Hebrew, Chinese, I don't care what it is. If I can hear it, I can do it, but the easier it is, the more you know you're in the right place. Things are easy as enough it was because everybody has created everything before me. All I have to do is get out some kind of formula and mix it all up together. So we have the comet, we have the passage. Every time I think of comet, I think of a carrot. When I think of a carrot, I think of orange. When I think of orange, I think of horses and bunnies. And then I think of good luck, and I think somebody's coming down. So anyways, another thing we have, we're in the time of 48. That's the Super Bowl. We're in the time of 44, which is PH Pharmaceuticals, the Mediterranean. Okay? And the cycle of 2021 is now. So we added up these whole things, and we got that one answer. I'm working on a little something, and that's not done yet. There's another piece I wanted to show you about the piano. So we understand that Planet X, Nibiru, and all these numbers, because the N letter, okay, that starts at the bottom, and that goes up, and that comes down and goes up. Well, if God or the Creator used that N letter, then what actually is happening right now is the number I told you, 5.5, is the extra piece they add on to the aleph that we see in the Hebrew religion when they show the line going this way. Are they using which religion, which calculator are they using? So I have to work with basic to start with. It's a lot easier. The other thing I wanted to mention, okay, is that the 7 times 4 and the 74, the 6.6 billion, and the 7.4 years of a dog, okay, 7 times 4 is 28, plus 11 is 39 or 93. That's Saturn again, and also at the same time represents Mercury. We have to remember the Yud is like a corner. The Yud is a corner. So let me get out to the piano here, and let's see if this is going to work, what I did. God comes in creation. He comes over here at 7, okay, because 7 is actually 0. Because in order to get 7, you need 1 and 6 to make the 7. So we start here. And at the same time with the 7 is what happens is this A, when it runs on an angle, when the A runs on an angle, you got your picnic table. On one side it's an F, on the other side it's a 7, and in between it's an ace. God starts here. He goes, he goes, he goes. He looks at it here. He doesn't start here. He sleeps here. He gets up here and he creates 1, 2, and that's it. 3. This is center C. He only can create here and here. So he had to back up even more. Anyways, here's center C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Center C. Now we can go. Day 1, day 7. 7 and 1 is your 8. Now we start here. 4, 9, 5, 10, 4, 9, the 10th key, the 11th key. This is a Friday. 11 and 6 on a Friday. 1 and 6 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Back to here. D, E, F. Back to here. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5 is the sun, the God, and the man. The sun is it, the Rubik's Cube. And this is your piano. And I knew I could have did it a whole lot better than what I did. And I still didn't get to the major part of what I wanted to do, you know. I didn't even get into this. I'd like to sit at a table. The only thing I would do, if anybody asks me what I really want, I just want to remember that I have enough, that somebody can show me how to get it all in order, so when it's time I can just take out one at a time. And, oh shit, I forgot something. I need someone taking notes. I don't want to forget anything. Well, I'll tackle it eventually. It's not hard to do what I'm doing. It's just counting numbers, that's all. Just counting numbers. The last thing I wanted to say is about the 1 cent. Cent is 48, which is the time we're in, of Barack Obama, and 4 by 8 is 32, which is P and P of the Mississippi. 4 plus 8 is 12, 1 and 2 is the 3. This is 7, it makes 73. That's Nibiru, the 1 cent, 1 angels, 1 cent, 48, 58, 68, 78, 82, time heaven, TH, 28. You can't get any higher than 28. Why? Because once you get 28, you've got the moon, and you've started over the cycle. 1 and 27. 3 times 3 times 3, 9 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, by 3 is 27, and it creates 3 times 3 is 9i, and the next one creates 27, and 27 is the y in between. So you pick up the reason for having Y2K and Yo 11 in craps, and reconnecting the Z, put the Y and then the A. So your Y would be your 27th and your 9 and your third initial that would go into the R group. So instead of having just IR at 27. You now add 27 more for the Y, and now you're at 54, and you're the same number as the sun. You're the partner for God, and you're man 6, 4, 5, 6, the Federation Galactica, and that's who you are, the one sent angels. Heaven sent, second, third round, first. Don't follow the track. Send me back if it's an if. A saint. It was a first saint. I and R. T and H, time heaven for third. Second, C, you Nostradamus. If, I, stiff. First, second, and third. Now there is some other stuff we're going to do. Did I show you this last part before we go? ST, ND, RD, standard. Dead. Said we did that. I just want to see if there's one more. We did the piano. We did the thing with the hooker. They've been mating horses for millions of dollars, and a hooker walks down the street to make 20 bucks, and they put her into jail, and they bother her. And they're doing this with horses all the time. Take away the cockfight, and take away the dog fight, and take away the cat fight, take away every single fight, but have them masturbate horses all over the world for money, and then run for prizes and put crowns on their head while people are starving. It just doesn't make any sense in the time of trick or treat. And talking about time again, and time X, time is 47, X is 24, it leaves a total of 71, GA. Time is 47, the X of dash minus 24 would be actually 23, and that's 23 of creation, and it brings on the colors blue and white. Blue is 40, making 46, and represents the 1 cent angel. Blue is 46, and the white is 65. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5 is the 2. So you get 2 and 6, which is T to Z. The Star of Bethlehem, Jupiter, I did a certain count on that. And in Jupiter and Bethlehem, the T has to be removed in both. The U stays in Jupiter because time has U. Raphael 7286. And the constellation of Pegasus, sort of like this video. It was a little bit about trying to be on time. Is that right? Thank you for watching.